Well, I think the best place to start is a big surprise announcement we got today that kind of came out of nowhere, but when you think about it, maybe we shouldn't be surprised. San Diego Comic-Con, we're just a few weeks removed from it, and DC had an absolutely terrible showing. Say what you will about the MCU, about the oversaturation, at least they came there and made announcements and got people excited for what they're going to do going forward, even though a lot of people were checked out. DC didn't do anything. DC showed trailers for Black Adam and Shazam. That's it. Nothing of all the multitude of other projects that got in the works. They didn't mention The Flash at all, probably for obvious reasons. Ezra Miller. But today we get this. This has been completely and totally confirmed, by the way. Irredeemable Batgirl movie gets shelved by Warner Brothers despite $70 million price tag.
Shit.
And
dude,
when this got announced and we found out that it was going to be Leslie Grace, and so many things didn't make sense in this movie. Leslie Grace as Batgirl, that didn't make sense. J.K. Simmons, right? So J.K. Simmons is Commissioner Gordon. That doesn't really make sense if you're going this route. But then to have Michael Keaton as Batman in the same universe where J.K. Simmons is Commissioner Gordon, but Ben Affleck, like what is going on here? Like this makes no sense to a lot of people. Maybe it all ties into the Flash movie, all that shit.
the fact that they had 70 million invested and you had Keaton, like this is bad.
And they're saying it's more too. So the DC Comics film Batgirl will be completely shelved by Warner Brothers. That means it won't hit theaters or the streaming service. Fans will not see it. The reportedly $70 million movie, the source said the budget was actually more than 100 million. Which was doing test screenings in anticipation of late 2022 debut, would rank them on the most expensive cinematic cast-offs ever.
It was DOA. If that's the case, if that was the case, then I get it. We had the merger, AT&T selling off or letting go of their entertainment assets, and you have the Warner Discovery thing going on. And I know that I'm not saying that didn't have anything to do with it, but it had to been something like terrible about it. Like it had to been like objectively so bad, and they have no problem putting out bad shit. It had to be worse than that for them to just sit up here and say we can't put this out. It doesn't align with kind of the direction that we're going in, but even so, that's a lot of money invested, man.
To not put it out anywhere, to not even just throw it on HBO Max or whatever,
streaming service, like that's the company saying that the reception that it would receive is worse than the $100 million hit that they're about to take.
But this is the same guy. So after David Zaslav has come in this Warner Brothers Discovery merger, he's killed off CNN Plus in a matter of like days, right? They're like, yeah, this shit ain't working, gone. He's pulled the plug on this. Maybe there is just like a different, maybe they're not fucking around. Maybe they know this thing needs to be gutted from top to bottom. I don't know. I do personally feel bad for the directors, Adil El-Arbi and Bilal Fallah. These guys who I went pretty hard at when the Batgirl costume got revealed. I can tell you that those guys, even though I went hard on a lot of people went hard at them. They watched the videos and got feedback and were willing to listen. They're there for constructive criticism. They want the fans to be happy, legitimately. And I feel bad for those guys that this is basically, first they came into a project where all this shit was predetermined and they were told to do this, this, and this. This is your Batgirl. This is your J.K. Simmons. This is your Keaton. This is all this stuff. And now this is what's happening. This is a fucking disaster. Maybe it means positive things in the future, but right now it's a massive black eye. Drinker interviewed both the directors on his channel just a couple weeks ago. They know exactly what's going on. They both confirmed that yes, it has indeed been shelved. Maybe not technically canceled for sure, but yeah, not happened. That's what it sounds like.
This was so bad. This is how bad this apparently was. It was so bad that they said we can't even release this and then accuse everybody of being racist and sexist to hate it.
It won't even work this
time. Like, we can't even use it to call the audience racist and sexist when they reject it. Holy shit, man.
Imagine how bad it, like, okay, so I'm not a big fan of DC in any way, shape, or form, but like every movie that I've seen in the last couple years, with the exception of Joker, has been absolutely nightmarish, in my opinion. So like, imagine how bad this had to be in comparison.
Yeah, they have no problem putting out bad
That's what I'm saying.
Like, so it had to been the worst thing that they maybe had produced, like, like ever. Like, it had to been terrible, dude. Like,
I kind of want to see it now.
It's funny. Sony had more balls to release Morbius a second time in theaters. Like that's how bad Batgirl is.
Yeah, it had been fucking dog shit.